Hey, rana koutou toa e te aroa, atupako te atua. Welcome on into Raukawa Vibes here on our Monday night, second show of Cook Islands Language Week. We're going to be talking to Karen Rangi in our next segment. It'll be right after this. Life can be challenging, but you don't have to face it alone. At Tikos, we're here to walk alongside you and your whānau. Through caring home visits, we provide practical support to help build confidence, strengthen daily life skills, and empower families to create positive, lasting change. Contact Tikos today on 0800 4TIKOS. That's 0800 482 677.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the myself, put your boys today. That's right. Sing along. Sing along. Oh, yes.
Kia ora, 16 minutes past 6 on your Monday evening. We're streaming. We sorted out our technical glitches and we found our way forward. And I can hear myself. There we go. Hey, it's Cook Island Language Week. We had an awesome night last night, Pato?
With the boys, Julius and Mr. Manu from Tukura High School, but in his leadership through the Latter-day Saints church, and it was just good to catch up with them and speak about our different faith journeys. And just good to see where the boys have come from and kind of where their path has brought them to now.
Really interesting to see and to talk about the different denominations and how within their Cook Island journey, within their faith journey.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's cool how I think being in a town of like Tokoro and its ability to embrace the culture in amongst the different churches that we come from, and it's been it was cool to see that all churches are able to embrace the Cook Islands identity to some degree, and just really encouraged by some of the things that Mr. Manu had to share about some of the decisions he made when he was a young person for his family, and some of the tragedies that his family went through and forced him to make some tough decisions. And I think his family have benefited greatly from those decisions he had to make as a 15-year-old. And they're some of the prominent figures in our community now, through the church and through his willingness to serve the community through the church, through the school. So that was cool. And likewise with Julius too, with his growth in his leadership through the church. So it's cool.
Yeah, some great stories last night. Fantastic testimonies from all of our guests. Patoa was one of them from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Nooroa Manu from our local LDS church, and then also Julius Daniel Mata from our St. Luke's Pacific Island Community Church. So, awesome night last night. Talking about leadership, though, Putz, talking about leadership, we have a missing leader. If you've seen him around, could you please let him know that we're hungry too? We would have liked to go for dinner, but we said, no, let's come because Julius will be here at the radio station
on time,
waiting for us.
We know Julius is a busy guy, and especially when it comes to Cook Islands Language Week, he's one of the ones leading out throughout the week. So we'd like to have you, bro. So if anyone has a contact for Julius Daniels Mata, let him know that we're waiting here hungry at Raukawa Vibes. Bring some food, bro.
Well, hey, our chairs tell us differently. If you can hear some squeaking in the background, is saying, get off me. Get off me. These are Pākehā seats. Hey, there you go. The time is 18 minutes past 6 here on your radio show, Raukawa Vibes. We're talking about our Cook Island Language Week. Leadership again, leadership. Let's go to Karen Rangi. Karen Rangi is a chartered accountant. She hails from the mighty Bay of Plenty. No, not Bay of Plenty. What are they called?
Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, Hastings. Look, Karen Rangi also on the New Zealand Rugby Union is it a delegate or a board member? Maybe we should ask her. Karen.
Hey, kia ora, Josiah. Yeah, lovely to be here with all of you. I've just sent a message to Julius that you two are hungry, so hopefully your food will arrive soon. Yeah, I'm a director on the board of New Zealand Rugby, so one of 9, yes.
Wow. Director. Karen, you started off. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's talk about where it all started for you. You're a chartered accountant. What is it? What is that even?
What is that even? Well, that was the thing I ended up studying at university when my parents wouldn't let me go and be a professional Cook Islands dancer because I was only 17.
Well, hey, I heard you're a good dancer.
In my world, absolutely. But at the time, when I was in the 7th form back in Napier, that was the first year that Cook Island professional dance groups were actually setting up around the world. So they were in exotic places like Barcelona and Dubai. And because dancing was my life, apart from doing schoolwork, I thought, that's me, that's my job. But my parents weren't having a bar of it. So instead, I went to the dark side and did a Bachelor of Business Studies in Accountancy at Massey University.
Wow.
And I did so I got an accounting degree and then did the professional qualification, which is you become a chartered accountant. But I went straight into the field of auditing, which by now people should be asleep now that I've got to this point in the story. It's not terribly exciting, but it gave me a good base for the things that I do today, which is basically I'm a professional board member, and rugby is one of those boards.
Wow. You've been on a couple of exciting boards, Karen. What's been the most exciting? Well, over the years, I think what was the arts board? What was that? New Zealand Arts Board?
That was the Board of Creative New Zealand, which is called the Arts Council. I was there. I was actually in part of Creative New Zealand for 14 years, but I was chair for 3 years, finished a couple of years ago.
Wow.
I was on the board of our National Museum, Te Papa, which I really enjoyed. I was on the board of New Zealand On Air, which provides broadcasting funding for TV and music and digital, and a whole mix of things in the kind of wider health, broadcasting, education, and Pacific spaces. So one of the great things about being on boards is that you can do lots of different things all at once, and it's one of the things I enjoy.
Well, it's Julius just he must have seen your message, Karen. It's got no food. Karen, what message did you send? Hey, good on everyone. It's 22 minutes past 6 on your Monday evening. Karen, tonight they have reo class at St. Luke's. My daughters came down from Hamilton and they said, we want to come to the reo class. So, man, that's pretty exciting, eh, Karen? Anything happening down in Hastings for you?
There's something happening every night. This week there are cooking classes, there's a reo class, there's a kids disco, there's eikatu making, and that's just here in Hawke's Bay. And I know that in Wellington today, up at Victoria University, where my daughter is, they had raising the flag. They had a reo class run by
nice.
One of our young leaders there. And they've got a quiz night going on at the moment. So, yeah, it's great to see things happening around the country. But, of course, the most exciting things are happening in where? Tokoroa. So I wish I was there.
Yeah, boy. Hey, Karen, look, we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, let's talk about the All Blacks and, New Zealand Rugby Union and your role in there and some of the exciting things you do in that, eh?
Sure thing.
Bye. We'll be right back after this. And Julius has joined us.
Council of Social Services. Me te taitai ane koe, aura kai manamanata, te ia mātou te tauturu i a koe. Tānu nui mai i a mātou i runga i te kāre, waru anere, ārima ono, ārima kāre.
Mataku papa, akaseke au. Mataku papa, akaseke au. I saw my happiness back in the day. Looking back from the distance shore, I saw my happiness back in the day. The old granny home, we did my looking up. He go with the
Kia ora. You're listening to Raukawa Vibes, sponsored by Tokoroa Council of Social Services. Kia ora, hey, welcome on back. It is 6:27 on your Monday night Raukawa Vibes show, Cook Island Language Week celebrations. And Jules, what a week already, eh? It's only Monday.
Yeah, it's only Monday. Look, I'm already running late. Somewhere too many bloody things this week. But
Look at that.
been a good start to the Cook Islands Language Week. And kia ora tātou katoa
Kia ora.
and thank you again to my co-host for having me. Though I'm 17 minutes late, please don't dock my pay.
Don't dock our pay. Please don't dock our pay. Hey, we're talking to Karen Rangi, New Zealand Rugby Union. What did she commit? No, did she say?
She's a board member on the New Zealand
I
Rugby
think
Board.
she's the commissioner, didn't she?
Oh, well, that's all the
Let's
same.
ask her. Are you there, Karen?
I don't know where you got that commissioner from, but
Yeah.
no, I'm a director of the board, which basically means me and my 8 other directors, we are responsible for everything that happens at New Zealand Rugby. Doesn't mean we do everything, but we're responsible. The buck stops with us. And rugby's a pretty big system of lots of people built up over 134 years. So there's always a lot going on in rugby.
You're not the only Cook Islander in there, Karen. There's a couple of Cook Islanders.
That's right. And, you know, this is all part of my bigger Cook Island world domination plan, just quietly, just between us. We're really blessed to have, first of all, as our All Black head coach, Dave Rennie. Dave's mum comes from the village of Te Tikawaka in Raukawa. But he's born and brought up in the hut down in Wellington. And across the system, it is generally agreed he is the best person for the job at this moment. When he came in, he brought in another well-known Cook Islander in rugby, and that's Gilbert Enoka. Gilbert, I don't quite know how to describe Gilbert. He's sort of like the Yoda of kind of
mastermind.
skills. He is the mastermind. Again, from the Enoka family in Rarotonga, I don't know exactly which village, but very proud of his Cook Island roots as well. And in addition to that, across on the Black Ferns side, the manager of the Black Ferns is a young woman called Nellie Strickland. Her father lives in Vaipai in Naitstaki. She comes from the John Rima Strickland family. So she's part of the management team for the Black Ferns. And, you know, we've got a few players too with Cook Island's Papaanga. We've got Josh Lord in the All Blacks. And we've got our own Vaisinia Mahutariki Whakaelu in the Black Ferns. So we might be small in numbers, but we're everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Vaisinia, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's... And so let me ask Karen then, so you are a director across all rugby, so not just the All Blacks, not just the Black Ferns, but even provincial and junior rugby. Is that right?
Well, we talk about we're kind of at the middle of the rugby system, and in the system we've got clubs, we got provincial unions, we got super rugby clubs, and we've got teams in black, which are our, as we said, All Blacks, Black Ferns, Māori All Blacks, and Sevens. Now, all of those organisations, they've got their own boards, but I guess our board is kind of across the whole system, making it work together. So, yep, the Hurricanes make their own decisions with their boards, but we're all connected to each other, because we're all rugby.
Oh, awesome. Kia ora, Karen, and I know I just joined the party late, so I don't know. I don't want to ask any questions if I'm bloody doubling up. But I did want to ask any of our young people that are out there listening to you to us tonight, how did you get into this pathway, especially in the New Zealand Rugby Board, because as a child growing up in New Zealand, we all see the Weet-Bix ads. We all aspire to be an All Black. Even myself, even though I've got no All Black bone in my body, but I'm pretty sure we've all been through that phases. I'm going to grow up and become an All Black or be involved with New Zealand Rugby. So, how did you get into this space?
Yeah. And people often ask me that because I haven't really been in the rugby space, but I'll tell you a couple of things. Rugby's always been important in our lives. You know, growing up in New Zealand, and I'm just a little bit older than you guys, just a little bit. But when I was growing up, you know, watching rugby and watching the All Blacks on TV, that was something that most families did. It was an exciting thing to do. You were proud of your team. The other thing is that when my dad came to New Zealand as a 18-year-old, he was a lands and survey cadet coming from Raukawa to Wellington. So he was a map drawer. He was a cartographer. That's what the job was, for drawing maps by hand. One of the ways that he connected to basically be part of New Zealand was to play rugby. He was a really good rugby player. He played for Takawene right from where he was a kid, through to the A team, through to the Rarotonga team. And then when he came to New Zealand, he played senior rugby in Wellington and in Christchurch, and he even had a stint for Canterbury Māori, because they said to him, "Are you a Māori?" He said, "Yes." And he wasn't lying. They didn't specify what kind of Māori. So, so, you know, rugby, the thing I really enjoy is the impact of rugby and what it does for families, identity, communities, and for pride in our country. So something I've supported. But the getting onto the board, back to your question, wasn't something I had ever thought I would do. I've been a professional board member for 20 years, but nowhere near sports or rugby. It just happened in the last couple of years. There was a big change in the way that the New Zealand Rugby Board got selected. Prior to 3 years ago, it was pretty much, if you were on a provincial rugby union like Waikato or Hawke's Bay, then you had a shot at being on the rugby board. But it wasn't actually, that system wasn't working, because people, so if you came from Hawke's Bay, for example, you were there to talk about things to do with Hawke's Bay, not really what was going to be good for all of rugby. So basically they changed the system of appointing people. And one of the things they were looking for was people with really good governance experience. And also, one of the specifications, which was brand new, was people who had an understanding and lived experience of Pacific communities. Because why? Because 40% of the players in high performance rugby are from the Pacific. So, because I'm a bit of a governance geek, and because I'm a proud Cook Islander, I thought I would put my hand up and have a go, because I could see it was an exciting opportunity to kind of reset this board for this organisation that's been around for 134 years. Bearing in mind, it was an all-male board up until 10 years ago. So I'm only the fifth woman, I think. So hello, that was like 2016. Farah Palmer was the first ever woman to be on a rugby board. So you might say we've made some progress.
Going to say, Karen, it's been a long time where the rugby elite or the rugby board was only made up of men, and mostly from the bigger unions, the unions of the time. But now slowly community have crept in. And I have to say, it's taken a long time for Māori rugby to get on its feet and actually become a presence. And now we can see the presence of our Pacific Island rugby players coming through as well, and now reflected with the board. Would it be a fair statement?
Yeah, that's what I hear people talking about. I think when the board was announced, and both myself and Maiavatele Kevin Mialamu, well known to all of you from your part of the country, a lot of the press was saying, "Oh, isn't it great to have Pacific representatives on the board?" And I get it, but I had to make it really clear, right? So Kevin and I, we're not Pacific representatives. We are New Zealand rugby board directors
Yep.
who
Yeah.
bring to that role our own Pacific heritage. And there's a difference. You can't be a representative of a group if you're there on a board to serve the whole of New Zealand rugby. You've got to be there for everyone. But we're also really clear that the way we govern, and a big part of how we govern at the table, is down to our heritage, because we're both really proud of being Cook Islanders and Samoans.
Oh, talking about Cook Islands, when we come back after the break, Karen, we're going to talk about Cook Islands world domination and your plan for world domination. We'll be back right after this.
Awesome.
Baby, pull along whatever material that you need to. Whatever it is that gonna be seen through. This divine intervention still might get locked out of heaven, but girl, I need you. Baby, it's too wrong. Don't worry, cause it's just the way I like it. Mama, I see the way you never wanna fight it. We could get lost in all the heat of all these heated moments, baby, I'd invite it. Lady, keep it moving while taking the time. Make extra things even in the face. The only time I guess it could slide, baby. In a warm, I'm so girl, the deeper into your I go. Feels like taking advantage. How much you making it easy, easy. Tender and warm, I'm so girl, the deeper into your I go. Feels like taking advantage. How much you making it easy, easy. I like you don't know what I mean. Lightning up thunder thighs and heat waves like candle vibes. When I think about doing that night thing, it's day to day for days when you're riding. Get to loving it when you cross your legs and I feel it tightening. Hands on, can I feel I'm like it? Baby, I can't help but lose it when we skin to skin, baby. And I don't wanna lose the connection between you and my tender. Silky dark complexion, little kitty that be pressing my heart. She pressing on me, I'm pushing back. Block for pressure, I'm pushing that. Stuck for any ideas, hey, when you're right here, and baby, I'm hooked on that. Way that you can't get enough. Ain't about that giving up on anything I deliver. It don't live or can't live without my tender baby. Girl, down deeper into your eye go. Feels like taking advantage. How much you making it easy, easy. But ain't nothing wrong. Girl, down deeper into your eye go. Feels like taking advantage. How much you making it easy, easy.
Rana, we're here from South to YMCA, where all your youth and children's services are all centered in space. So if you're needing some support with your young person or your child, you need Oscar before and after school care, holiday programs, or any services for young people, please feel free to call us on 07 886 8737. Kia ora ana. Kia ora ana tātou katoa, and welcome back to the Raukawa Vibes. You're here with DJ Josiah, DJ Takawa, DJ Pato, and DJ Jules here on your Cook Islands radio station tonight. Thank you to Raukawa Vibes for sponsoring our radio station this week for Te Atomo, Te Reo Māori Kuki Airani, the Cook Islands language week. For those that are just tuning in, we've got a special guest that has joined us all the way from Manigi, Raukawa, Te Vaini Nei no Te Pairoa, our very own Karen Rangi. And you would have heard before the break, she was sharing some of her governance experience on the New Zealand Rugby Board. But now we're here to speak about a special project that I know I've heard about it for a long time now, just being in the same space as this inspiring Northern woman from the Cook Islands. It's called the Cook Island World Domination Movement. And so, Karen, are you there? Do you want to speak to us more about this movement?
Yeah, hey, but I wanted to start by because this is where it does start. I wanted to just talk about our theme for Cook Islands Language Week, because this is part of Cook Islands World Domination, right? Me ki te koe te tuatua e to o reo tupuna e tūrangarangatira tēnā no te uki a muri atu. So with our language as our foundation, we will embrace the future. And part of embracing the future, right, and moving our people successfully into the future is how well we acknowledge and value the things that we are awesome at. And that's kind of the premise for Cook Islands World Domination, that if we realize all of the awesome things that we're doing, that our people are doing in so many different fields, and we role model those people, and we value the things that they're bringing, you know, we would be unstoppable as a people, and therefore world domination would be ours, she says with an evil chuckle. And that's kind of how that's how the conversation probably about 15 years ago began, with a small group of us the night that our brother Adrian Orr was made the chief executive of the government super fund. And for those who don't know Adrian, proud Achuan, he's one of our few economists. But when he got appointed to that job, he was the highest paid public servant in New Zealand. Like the highest paid, paid more highly than the Prime Minister. And so we were out celebrating this, a few of us who all happened to be Cook Islanders, and we said, you know, here we are celebrating, but probably a big part of our community don't realize about this fabulous guy here and the impact that his leadership is having. And just imagine if our people knew and celebrated just what it could mean for our own pride in being Cook Islanders. And that's how it all started. And what we agreed is that every time we saw examples of things to celebrate about being Cook Islanders, we needed to shout it out and hashtag it, hashtag CIWD, so we could share it amongst our people and just remind us how much we've got to celebrate, because we're pretty good at picking up on the stuff that doesn't work well. What about putting that energy into celebrating our people in different roles, in different fields, big celebrations, small celebrations, because that's the sign of a healthy people. Here ends my lesson on Cook Island World Domination.
That's just awesome. I remember too, I was a uni student, and Victoria Uni had organised the Tākotaianga that year. That's when all the Cook Island students get together. And I remember going there because before that, we just found TKT or TAC, as we used to call it, our gathering. It's just a good opportunity to network, and by network we know what we mean by that. And it was just a big party and things like that. But I remember going down to the Wellington one. It was the first one that was different. I think that's because Karen was involved with organising it. But and I remember listening from Adrian Orr and listening to the story about being half Irish and half Cook Island Achu boy, George, from that George family in Achu, and I was shocked because he took us for a tour through the Reserve Bank and everything. And then I was saying, and he was the Deputy Reserve Bank manager at that time before he actually became the Reserve Governor General of the Reserve Governor of the.
Yeah.
And when you look at your $20 and $50 notes, he's on there signs it. And I just remember being fully inspired, like, what? Oh, that's our people right there, right at the front. And so every time I see an article about Adrian, I always remember that time.
That's some world domination there, man.
That was motivating too. I want to be like that. I want to be that man. I think I'm not being good enough like him, though. You know?
But this is the thing, right? I mean, you were lucky you got to see and hear him talk through the Tākotaianga. But many of our people didn't know about Adrian. And when he was the assistant governor at that stage of the Reserve Bank. Then when he became the governor, that was the first time there'd been any kind of Cook Islands, let alone Pacific celebration in the Reserve Bank, in the building where the money gets printed and made, and he signs it. And we were able to celebrate him. We had a little mini ora for him, or akapareo, that's the Achuan term. I didn't know that till then. We had a string band. We bought him a tiveve and a parerito and a ponopareo. And I know for the people that weren't Cook Islanders there, they were like, wow, what's happening? How come this is happening? And Adrian talked really proudly about his Cook Islands heritage, and his mum was there to celebrate with him. So pretty cool. And he's such a great example of our people being at the top of their game.
6:52 here on your radio station, Raukawa Vibes. Talking to Karen Rangi. If you didn't know who Karen Rangi is, she's a governance extraordinaire. She is on the New Zealand Rugby Union, but she has been on a lot of other boards, and she's got a lot of experience in governance. And you do a lot of work out there in the governance, building capacity around governance. Is that right, Karen?
Yeah, and it's a funny word, governance. I mean, I never knew what governance meant when I was a young person. I never really heard it. I thought we're talking about the government. But if you really think about it, we're surrounded everywhere by governance. So, Josiah, you're in a governance role being on the council, right? That's governance. Julius, you're in a governance role being a trustee of CDANs. There aren't many decisions that get made about our lives that aren't made by some kind of governance group, a board, or, the government itself. So governance is pretty important. And I enjoy being there because I have the opportunity to be making the decisions rather than someone making them about me. I've got 4 roles at the moment. Rugby's one. I'm also the pro-chancellor at Massey University, which is like the deputy chair. But I tell you what was what's exciting about that is that, and this comes back to Tokoro, is that towards earlier this year, one of my jobs as a pro-chancellor is to cap people at their graduations, is to graduate them. And I was really thrilled to be able to graduate one of our own, our young Rangi Kura Ford, when he graduated from Massey. And I never ever thought in my life that I would be, as a Massey student, I never thought I'd be sitting on that stage on the other side of the graduations, let alone getting an opportunity to graduate some of our own. And those are the times where, when my governance lives and my personal life come together, it's awesome. And again, another opportunity to be proud of being a Cook Islander.
All right, Karen, when we come back right after this short break, we are going to talk about how everyone can contribute to world domination. Kia ora. You're listening to Raukawa Vibes, sponsored by Tokoro Council of Social Services. It's okay to ask for help. 0800 456 450. Karen, are you there?
I'm here.
Are you there, Karen?
Yep, I'm here. Oh, can you not hear me?
Hello?
I'm here.
We're just testing, Karen. Can you hear me? Thumbs up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Can you not hear me?
Kia ora nā ko tātou, te akarongo mai nei tō tātou pia rātu, te ia pō. Thank you everyone for tuning back in to us here at Raukawa Vibes. And if you've missed it or if you're just joining us here, we've got our amazing, inspiring Cook Islands World Domination connoisseur. Look at that connoisseur. Karen Rangi. I don't even know if that's the right way to use that word. But you know, tonight we on the show, we do what we like. And so we've got Karen Rangi here and also DJ Joe here to ask a few questions of our guest. Last segment before she has to head off. Very, very busy lady. And before I hand it over to Joe, I just want to ask Karen, we know your portfolio and we know all the things you do for our community and in governance. What do you do sort of like that's not that? That's sort of just like, you know, you, because I know you on both a professional and a personal, and I know personally you're fun and you're just like all of us. And so what do you do to, you know,
I cook and eat. So I really like cooking. I love dancing, so any chance to hang out with my cousins and kind of relax. Love singing, love string band. Just checking you guys can hear me okay? You're looking like I might not be coming through. We're all good? Yep. Just like really hanging with people. And I know people often say, gee, you're really busy. But I'm never too busy to spend time with people who are important to me, you know. So my husband, my children, my parents, my cousins go to the rugby together. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I work so hard, so I can do those kind of things.
And I hear you also look after your husband while he's playing golf. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, I try. And I have to say, because he quite often escapes over to Tokoroa to play golf. So often I'm not doing a very good job of looking after him because he gets away. But yes, I helped organise the Cook Island Golf Masters here in Hawke's Bay a couple of years ago. And so that's my other job, is a kind of golf widow / travel agent. That's my unofficial job.
Well, it also helps when your husband's from Udia, because all the most handsomest
Here we go.
are from Udia.
Oh, here we go.
I think it's just chiseled looks and the muscles and the, just like Greek gods, kind of almost, So I suppose that helps in a way.
Me etika. The most obvious characteristic of a Uriia man is their imagination.
Hey, what? All right. Hey, Karen, let's get serious then. World domination. We've got a lot of these young people coming through, young Cook Islanders who are coming through education, through through all kinds of ways to become a real part, or can be a part of this world domination. So, how can we fit into this? How can a normal person who's come through university, who's qualified, how do we identify, that and network amongst ourselves?
Pretty easy, but there's kind of one compulsory characteristic if you want to be part of the Cook Islands World Domination movement, is that you have to be proud of the fact that you're a Cook Islander, whatever that means for you. And really, if you're being successful, then part of that. So for me, often people say to me, you're a successful governor, and I acknowledge that. But I'm really clear that one of the things that makes me a good governor is because I'm lucky enough to come from the Cook Islands, to have Northern Group, Southern Group roots. It does actually form a part of what makes me a good governor. Not despite being a Cook Islander, it's because I'm a Cook Islander. And for me, that's the CIWD key ingredient. So really it's about finding people who are like-minded. So I'm gathering up CIWD agents all over the country. In fact, heading down to the Takotanga in Dunedin end of August as a parent, now that my child's going there, because there's our next set of CIWD agents sitting right there across our universities. Not just our kids at university, because not everybody goes there, but we're really lucky. We've got talented people everywhere, and we need to find them and celebrate them.
Karen, lastly, here's my last question. Unless, Julius, have you got another question before?
You carry on, brother.
My last question for you. Does your line of work, is it financially rewarding? Is it? Because I know you're an accountant, and accountants get paid pretty well, but being in the governance line of work, does that pay pretty well?
So in the big scheme of things, you'll never be a millionaire just being a board member, right?
Yeah.
But some boards do pay good fees, so you get like an annual salary. So I've got 4 boards, they all pay okay salaries, so it's enough for me to make a living. But I also I run a consulting business, running training, and that's really where I earn my money, because the money can't be a factor in taking up board roles. These are leadership roles that you need to be able to do to be committed to what the organisation does. So actually, a couple of my boards, I couldn't tell you how much I got paid. I know I get paid, but it's not really a factor. So, but yes, you can. And I really encourage our people to be thinking about how do we have more of our people sitting at board tables.
Yeah, I think that was a take from your talk, and it's something that even my own grandmother said. I'm in governance because if I'm not sitting around that table for my people, who is? And so what a good way to sort of close that off, Joe. And thank you, Karen, for your time, for making time for us. You got any final remarks or anything you want to share with our people that are listening in tonight?
Just just particularly this week, but every week we should be celebrating the fact that we are lucky enough to be Cook Islanders. I get real joy from celebrating us, our people, our language, our culture. I count my lucky stars every day, and I hope that everyone else is too. Kia ora ana.
Kia ora. Wow, that was Karen Rangi. She is extraordinary. She is a passionate Cook Islander, and I think one of the things that I love about Karen is she is so courageous. She's not shy to show everyone and anyone that she's a Cook Islander. I love her. I love her.
Yep.
Congratulations, Karen, and we wish you all the best. Ka kite.
There
you go, whānau. It's 7:08 on your show here on Raukawa Vibes. And hey, thanks to our team. Coming up in the show, we're going to be talking to whoever we want to. We're not too sure, but we'll be talking to them. Life can be challenging, but you don't have to face it alone. At Tikos, we're here to walk alongside you and your whānau. Through caring home visits, we provide practical support to help build confidence, strengthen everyday life skills, and empower families to create positive, lasting change. Contact Tikos today on 0800 4TIKOS. That's 0800 82677.
Ko te whitu o ngā haora I te pō te wā. Nau mai piki mai ki te reo irirangi o Raukawa.
Life can be challenging, but you don't have to face it alone. Tikos, we're here to walk alongside you and your whānau. Through caring home visits, we provide practical support to help build confidence, strengthen everyday life skills, and empower families to create positive, lasting change. Take Tikos today on 0800 4TIKOS. That's 0800 482 677.
Oro mai kira kai to koro ai oere lave lave oere matara oere ando kunaka ero patenga mara kumaina parima ua koe tapa ie amana araia oere tetu kite tai to mai koko e nena to koro ai oere tetu kite tai to mai koko e nena to koro ai Lare na ua e te tau pai e na mana araia oere tetu kite tai to mai koko e nena to koro ai oere tetu kite tai to mai koko e nena to koro ai te iato ku oere taku e no kune tenga i tu kuru pepea toku mamai ti ana kura do te amo toku e banyeria te akamana te au me tua te koi toku o te tua aue koe toko roa oire ata ie te atoa o tamariki ta owi ututuma ka vai no peru te oa kamara tomato eno arena te ara te tai o ereke koro ki mai koe iaku mai ki to ore manea iaku te ato koputanga te evangelia yake mai ki to ore manea awe koe tokoroa. Oire aka ie. Te akoa o tamariki, ta awi ututumai. Kabairu peru, te awa kamahara ana. Tomato, eno, tokoroa. Aweko e tokoroa. Oire aka ie. Te akoa o tamariki, ta awi ututumai. Aweko e tokoroa. Oire aka ie. Te akoa o tamariki, ta awi ututumai. Aweko e tokoroa. Oire aka ie. Te akoa o tamariki, ta awi ututumai. Kia vai le peru, te awa kamara ana. Tomato, eno, tokoroa. Tomato, eno, tokoroa.
To the show, 7:19 here on your radio show, Raukawa Vibes, Cook Island Language Week. Man, what a week it's been. Julius, can you tell us, look, I often get confused every year what the theme is for Cook Island Language Week. Can you confirm again, please, so I can
Okay,
get in my
everybody.
mind?
All right,
Get in
everyone.
my
So
mind.
for listening everywhere else but Tokoro, your theme is me ki te koe e te tuatua I tō o reo tupuna e tūranga rangatira tēnā no o no ki āri atu. With our language as our foundation, we will as our future. And that is a main theme for everywhere, even Tokoro. But because here in Toke, we like to do things our own way, like to simplify things. So because it's not just Cook Islands people that get involved in our language week, we accommodate for also those that aren't of our culture and of our heritage. So short of that theme down to tuatua ia to o reo, speak your language.
Nice, speculate. I like that. It's simple.
Yeah, so that's for
Nice.
everybody, all of our non-Māori speaking friends, and also those that aren't Cook Island. If you don't know what the theme is, this is our theme for all of us. Tuatua ia to o reo, speak your language.
Nice. I am talking about speak your language. Let's speak. Look, in the news, I read this article about the Cook Islands, that the Cook Islands has some obesity challenges. One of the reports came out of the Cook Islands is that our country is one of the most obese. Has the most obese people in the world.
Yeah.
I thought, what?
Well, I think if you were to go back 50 to 60 years ago, our people were self-sustenant on the land and everything like that, and all that food, those natural foods, they were good for our bodies, and we were quite healthy and fit. We were big, but we were healthy and fit. And as time develops and things get easier and food becomes processed, and I remember listening to a speaker, she said, we're not fat because we want to be fat, or we're large because we want to be large, but the food that was introduced to our people from the 60s onwards, 70s onwards, is a different food that we're not used to. Our actual molecular structure is actually not made to handle some of those foods. But what we do as Cook Islands, like we incorporate some of that new food into our diets, not knowing the impact that that's actually going to have on our structures and on our
so
makeup.
what you're saying, Julius, is there's been a shift in our diet. Instead of eating our local food like our mangoes, our coconut, our our taro.
Yeah,
We've shifted to eating
those naturally
hamburgers.
sourced food. Well, not just hamburgers, but even some of that processed food in the
Yeah.
cans and things like that, tin
Yeah, of
food.
course, yeah.
That because it makes sense to access some of that food
Mm.
because sometimes when we're famine and things like that, you've no choice. You have to eat the tin food or you have to eat some of that processed food. But the problem with some of those foods is our bodies were never made to consume that. And so what you're finding now is us being larger and, obese and things like that. That's just one part of the problem, right? And I wouldn't just say it's all for takeaways, but it is the convenience too. As our lives get busier, and we don't have time. Time's not on our side to go and plant the taro and plant the vegetables and harvest, and then also providing for our family. You know, like having a full-time work and doing all of that full-time garden. That's a full-time work itself, just gardening and going in the taro and all of that.
Because back in the day, we didn't have an issue because we could eat as much as we could because there's no processed food.
That's right.
Hey, back in our homes, because everyone was fit.
Yeah.
Hey, along with the eating of the natural food, we would be out working the plantations, working our normal jobs, going to school, walking to school, no cars, no bikes, no.
That's right.
Hey, all the horse. I remember we had a horse when I was 3 years old. We had a horse. Yeah, we didn't have a bike or a car. Sorry, my grandmother had a Solex bike. That's her nickname. Solex. She had a Solex, and that is a electric bike.
Yes.
But
so it's all of that. It's a development as life improves, and we get a new car and we get this new lifestyle, and we're more in office jobs now. Like ourselves. When do we have time to go and plant taro or even cut down a tree to build a waka and things like that? We've got none of that. Time's not on our hand anymore.
Our lifestyle has changed. Definitely changed.
It's a mixture of all these different things, but I did see that on a TikTok that we're the most obese nation in the whole of the world per capita. So there are more obese people than happy people, which is sad. But I know there's a lot of people out there trying to change that and doing their own bit in their corner of the world.
I think part of it too was when our parents brought us to New Zealand, or we were born here in New Zealand, they wanted to assimilate us, and that's why we haven't got a language. Hey, we speak English, and I noticed that some of the way that our parents brought us up, they make us eat all our food on the plate.
Yeah.
Everything has to be eaten.
Yeah, and I think
and you can't leave the table and eat it all.
And it would have to come to something like they weren't given everything as they were growing up. They had to work for everything. And whereas us, when we're growing up in New Zealand, we don't have to worry about going to plant our food or anything like that because it's just put on the table. And so it's like a behavioral thing, but with our parents to say, hey, you don't know the struggle. I remember my great grandmother, she brought me up and she said it was hard for their family. Their father worked and their stepmother would only give them cabin bread, because when Papa was out working, and there were a lot of children to feed, right? So in Age Taka, we all imagine this pristine beaches and this great island life. But you listen to some of our pāwhatu and they have some sad stories where they had no choice but to work. So I remember my grandmother, her mother died at a young age, and she said she couldn't go to school. That's why she can't read and write. So we always used to tease her because you ask her to say, oh, I can't go to school today, and she'll write the letter and you're going to laugh because you think, oh, it's like a school kid wrote that. She didn't go to school at 10 years old. She had to look after the children. So, and then I think that's where some of that comes in when we're brought up here, where we get everything given to us and then, oh, nah, not hungry, nah, I don't want it. And then,
we're spoiled.
Yeah, we are. We are very spoiled, especially compared to life of our grandparents and our parents. I always say, we were preparing for Oire Tokoro a few years ago when we went up and we had to tell the story of our parents' migration story. I said to all of our group, I said, imagine just being picked up and dropped into a foreign land like Russia or somewhere like that. You don't know any of the life. You've been used to this life here, and then now you're expected to do this. You have to wear shoes. A lot of our parents didn't wear shoes. You have to wear shoes now. They've never seen a car before. All of these things. They never even had a full sentence in English. Some of them. And so, when you think about that, They built all of what we have today here in Toro, especially. They built all of that from nothing.
Mm.
And it only started from a handful of people, and then it just grew. And then we're very lucky because we didn't have to go out and build a church or build communities, start a league club or anything like that. It was all pretty much here for us. As well, especially people like my generation. We come, the school's there, and you learn your language and you learn how to go to school as well. You go to church, the church is already made, the resources are already there, and our community is already pathways laid out for us. I've gone to university, you've gone to university, our parents and that had already laid that foundation. We didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, a lot of the young people these days, they don't realize the sacrifices that our forefathers went through to, first of all, be courageous to come here, to get on a plane or to afford to get on a plane or a boat to get here. Hey, Pat, what's your story?
I think much like all of us, my grandparents came to New Zealand in search of the honey.
Yeah.
I remember, or the milk and the honey. I remember being told that this New Zealand was known to the people back in our homeland as New Zealand was the land of milk and honey. So they came here in search of, I don't even know, for a better life, maybe just a different life or more economic opportunity.
I think it's economic opportunities to get some money. Money.
And I think like a few of them too, they intended to go back, because I remember even with some of my, my parents, they had every intention of going back to Aitutaki. They wanted to come here, earn enough money to rebuild their home back there. And because at that time there's you went from those thatch houses, those kiko houses, to actually brick homes, modern day homes. And to afford some of that, you needed to come here and work. And so I think a lot of our people came here to work, to build their homes. Some did, and some enjoyed the life here and thought, oh, it's better for me to start my life here. So everyone's got a different story.
Some great stories there, boys. Let's come back after this break. Let's talk about the kind of foods that we do eat and the best foods that we eat right after this.
Kia ora nā, te whakarongo mai nei koutou ki runga I te Raukawa Vibes. Turuturu ia te Tokoroa Council of Social Services. Me te taitai ane koe, aura kai manamanata, te ia mātou te uturu ia koe. Tānu nu mai ia mātou I runga I te kāre, waru anere, ārima ono, ārima kāre.
Tino, do Tino Marue. Do iri rava rava mata, do mata mane horo. Mate papeta ine. There goes my love, there goes my everything. There goes the one, the love of my dream. There goes my love, there goes my everything. There goes the one, the love of my dream. Oh pity, oh yako, ite kimi mana. Amiri, oh yako, ura ura tawa no to my to pute inangaro iroto ite poiri te tangi o te kisa mana nui e nua no te tupuna I pukarea I roto I toku ngā kaue I pukarea no te inaro no e noa inga ia e aue kia ki te ua kia taku ana ue to o natura to o meka meka Aua te miine, te otone, marigi ua te roi mata. Aua taku I pukarea. Aua te miine, te otone, marigi ua te roi mata. Aua taku I pukarea. Aue mangaia, I pukarea. Sailo, 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 sailo de vaca ovai, kosoli mata matona nukue, e vaca me, tu papa ole mai. Hanomai, solo mai, solo mai, solo mai e iti me iti kainga mai, otaku tupuna, me te tamo papa henua kahotue. Sairi morana, hano mai koe. Ito iwi, e tango tao atu ia koe. Baila masakata ova. Baila masakata.
Kirana, that was Rex today, 7:36 on your Monday night show here on Raukawa Vibes, celebrating Cook Islands Language Week. Cook Islands Language Week. And we're going to be talking about, just before the break, actually, we talked about some of the things that, talked about obesity, Cook Island obesity. So we're going to now talk about our favourite Cook Island food.
Look at it, eh? Look at us talking about obesity. Who do you think we are?
You know, Cook Islanders, they want to put funny things to funny things. Let's go to Putz. What is your favorite two? Let's have two Cook Island foods.
Cool. My favorite two Cook Islands foods that I must have at a Cook Island function. Number one, I think, has to go ruko. I love, something saucy, something creamy to go with the meat or the fish. I always think that's a good addition to a plate.
Let's not assume that everyone knows what ruko is.
If you don't know.
I know.
Well, if you don't know what ruko is, it's taro leaves. I actually don't know the process. But I think it's cooked or baked.
In your mouth.
Yeah.
You just eat it, eh, bro?
Everything else that's when we come to New Zealand, it's already made for us. The ruko is always already made for me. But I think it's baked banana leaves,
Can be, yeah.
and it's got coconut cream and
Oh,
probably onions.
Baked turtle leaves, right? Yeah.
Turtle leaves.
Taro leaves. my
Turtle
bad, my bad.
leaves.
Sorry, guys. Taro leaves.
Well, you know, and I don't know because the Cook Island cook it.
Yeah.
They cook it different to the Samoan. So the Samoan and the Tongan have palusami, right? And then they'll bake that in the oven with a coconut cream and their meat, and then wrap that up and put that in the oven or put that in a umu. With the ruko that I've been brought up with was just turtle leaves, clean, and then cut up, boiled. Boil the heck out of it, and then mix with some coconut cream, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what way as Cook Island and Aztec people.
You mentioned the boiling part because I hear that if you don't cook it properly,
You get an itchy
Yeah,
throat.
itchy,
Yeah,
itchy.
because there's something on the leaf itself. If you don't actually cut it off and clean it,
There's a
and
chemical.
then
eh?
and then you don't properly cook all that that chemical out of it or whatever it's called, you'll end up with itchy throat.
Yeah, so if you haven't tasted it, definitely find your local Cook Islander in your area and ask them to make you some
Hilltop have a selection of
yes. Yeah, so that's first thing on my plate. Second thing, I'm gonna go poke. So you can't go wrong with fresh baked poke.
Yeah.
I like Apira's one. Apira's got a nice poke, but any poke, to be honest, I'll love to have on my plate.
Nice. All right, Julius.
Yeah, that was one of mine. Is a banana poke, right? And a pumpkin poke as well. Both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and then the bro just said otter as well. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, I don't even know how we're very innovative people, are we? Because I don't know how you turn a banana or a pumpkin or what's the otter? What's the arrowroot? I don't know how you turn those things into that food. But our people did. They find a way and they bake it, and it's just beautiful. And so, for those that don't know, a poke is a baked banana and arrowroot or cassava powder mixed with coconut cream or milk or whatever you put in it to bind it all together, and then baked and nice and yummy. So I love me a good banana poke or pumpkin poke. The other thing that I can't miss is a good manis, a good cook. And for those that don't know, it's Cook Island's potato salad, the pink potato salad, and not the manis with the best food mayo, but that's all right, eh? We're here in 2026 now. We can't all be making dressing from scratch, but a good manis with that dressing that's homemade. And yes, that's why we are one of the largest, or we are the largest people in the whole of the world. Because we make the manis in poke and we eat it on toast. Yummy.
Beautiful.
I need to try that remix.
Look, okay, my favorite, and if I just love a real fresh maniota. I don't know, I just love it. And then if it's not fresh, my wife likes to fry it in butter, and so it comes like a chip. Love it,
yum.
bro. I love it. So and also then our Cook Island donut. I suppose growing up with the donut, makes me feel like a donut because you eat so much of those donuts. But I still love it. If I have a good donut, I just love it.
And with our food, we just take it all for granted because we get it quite a lot, right? And so we get the donuts, we get the manis, the maniota, the poke. And I remember, going to school or going somewhere and people that don't see that food all the time, they just look and they want to eat your food. And I'll happily trade my manis and my donut for whatever you got in your lunchbox because they have the nice lunchbox and I got the Cook Island from the Kaitari yesterday lunchbox. But other people not from our culture, they love food. They love
look, talking about kaitari, what is that? Because some people just don't understand what it is.
Kaitari is a cultural practice that is not just taking the food that's on the table and taking it to your home, but it is actually, I learned this, I'm not even, no te wharaware. I went to a Pacific Development class at uni and someone was talking about hair cuttings and she was talking about the different aspect of hair cutting, and then she showed a photo of someone of these boxes of food piling the food in the boxes, and she was so serious about this. This is a Cook Islands practice called kaitari, and there were about 3 Cook Islanders in the class, and we just burst out laughing, and everyone couldn't understand why we were laughing, even the person that was sharing it. And she goes, "Oh, it's something funny," and I say, "Oh, no, you're the, we had to try and contain ourselves," but it actually. No, she was still. She's an anthropologist.
Serious is what it is.
And so she was saying that, and then she asked me, okay, well, we do this all the time. We call that kaitari, and it's just people taking food home. She goes, she knows that, but she also said it's the family's way of showing your appreciation for coming to this function. And so you put your food there, and you take that food home, and it's your thank you for coming to our function. Take all the food on the table. No, I never heard that. I never heard that it was a cultural practice until I went to university. So they're teaching that at Waikato University, guys. PhD studies.
Waikato University.
200.
Shout it. Look, the funniest story, and I don't know how truthful this is, but in Auckland, we went to a 21st. This is what I heard. And by the time the Uramatua had said, Amen, half of the food on the table had gone. And people were walking out with these boxes full of food into the car, and they were saying, "Oh, it's kaitari," but no one had started eating yet. So I'm thinking,
that's a classic.
That's a different style of kaitari. But
I've seen those style. That's Auckland style. You just said, "Amen." Open your eyes. Hey, it's the poor. Any stories there, Pato?
About kaitari. I think anytime I see someone. I see someone, preparing a plate of food to take into the car or a box of food to take into the car when the instruction hasn't been given yet, I always think that's just hilarious. And, I think at our island functions anyways, there's always an abundance of food. And rather than it going to waste or, getting rotten and whatever, it's better to go to a home. At least it's going to enjoy it.
How many times have we been to a function and you're part of the catering, and you just have too much food left over? Sure. That's unbelievable.
That's why we kaitari, bro.
Yeah,
We don't want to waste everyone's time. They spend a lot of time preparing that KK for us, so we've got to take the food home. Say thank you for all morning for us.
All right, after this quick break, we're going to come back. We're going to be talking about some of our KK hunter food that we have here in the South Waikato.
Kia ora nā, kia karongo mai nei koutou ki runga i te Raukawa Vibes. Turuturu ia te Tukoro Council of Social Services. Me te taitai ane koe, aura kai manamana te ia mātou te tauturu i a koe. Tānu mai i mātou i runga i te kāre, waru anere, ārima ono, ārima kāre.
All right, what is our favorite kakai food, our kakai hunters? If you've been reading the Vibes, they have kai hunters. So let's go to kakai hunters. Let's talk about takeaways. What's your favorite?
My favorite food is a mixed salad with some walnuts and side of bacon, and it's just brilliant. Talking takeaways, and I know we're talking toko, but we're South Waikato. Here Pataru, because they've got some really good eateries there, especially always my team knows I love the Bev's Delight bakery, and I love a steak and cheese pie from there or hot roast beef roll. So as you're having all of our people, if you're driving to and from Pataru or up Auckland and back to Toro, stop in at Bev's Delight just there on the main highway, little small blue bakery. And you grab your pie from there. Even the Z station over there's got a good steak and cheese pie too. What are some other? There's a good fish and chip shop here on the highway across the road from that pub there. It's just.
Do you like Bella Pane?
Oh yeah. Hey? It's Bella Pane.
Yeah, it is. It's because I heard the ad. It's Bella Pane. Bella Pane.
Yeah, they got some good sweets there too as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Yes, so potato.
Their donuts. Yeah, love their donuts.
Yeah.
Sandwiches as well. They've got some relish. There's good quality food from Bella Pane.
If it wasn't for the petrol price, I'd pay every day.
So that's your go-to.
Yeah,
your
that's my
takeaway?
to head over to Potato and try out something over there because they're usually pretty good.
Nice. Putts.
Yeah, well, I'll try to keep it closer to where we live. So, Lomond. I think I like Lomond.
Yep.
I think Julius mentioned during one of the breaks is, some of the takeaways. There's really, really good stuff, and then there's stuff that you prefer from another shop.
Yep.
But at Lomond Takeaways, I like their fish burgers, and I think they have. I think I will say they provide the best chips. They provide the best hot chips.
I think I'm about to head there right now.
I think they are still open. Yeah, so probably Lomond Takeaways, fish burger and chips.
Nice. Well, here's mine, Whānau. Take a note, write this down. The crunfish at Aotea Takeaway. Right. Beautiful. I love it. Crunfish. Not the ordinary fish. You get it crumb.
Because the better fish ain't all that, eh? But the fish itself is
I'm
nice.
just talking crumb. I don't want to get in trouble, man.
All right, gotta have to try that.
Yeah, crumfish from Aotea Takeaway. It's a crumb snapper.
Yeah.
To be, yeah.
Actually, yeah, some of the around town is really good too.
Very nice. Very nice. And like I like my Chinese, and so we get our Chinese from Aotea as well.
Yeah.
Aotea seems to be one of the
good chicken wings there too.
Oh, yeah.
I like their chicken wings.
Yeah, nice.
I like the Chinese from there too. We get
not that we just eat takeaway. Actually, like I said, my favorite food is a mix with more nuts and some.
No, you're right. Yeah, the salad. Okay, let's go there. Let's talk about your favorite salad. What is your favorite, Pats?
Oh, well, because I'm put on the spot. My go-to salad, whenever if I'm put on getting salads or whatever for dinner, I like getting that bag salad from either Countdown or New World, and it's got that kiwi dressing. I feel like you can't go wrong with that kiwi dressing. I'll put it on anything.
Wow.
Even not salad. But in particular, on that salad, it's really nice and crunchy and sweet.
Jules?
It's a remix, but you go to the New World and you get a bag of that already cut up coleslaw or any of those ranch coleslaw or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go to Bunnings, and there's I don't know if it's Bunnings Martin, I think it's Martin actually, and in there they sell this Lone Star Ranch sauce.
Oh yeah.
The sauce that you get in the Lone Star restaurant, and you mix that together, and then you put some chicken in that in that salad, and then you've just got a really good salad. And I know that because I'm around some really good healthy people that like to explore, and look for different foods to try. And so I've tried that. It's really good.
Oh, nice.
I know when we hear the word salad, we just automatically think, this is healthy and good for my body, but I'm pretty sure that some of the salads that we can purchase at these shops, a lot of sugar.
Oh, and you pop a lemon in it too. You pop a lemon in it, and then elevate everything to the next level.
I like the good old broccoli salad.
Oh
love the broccoli, but you have to have the right ingredients, like the right mix of like a little bit of bacon, a little bit of, I like the little nuts in there as well. And
my grandmother, she makes a good one of those. And one time she put these little cut up jelly fruit parts in it, eh? Well, one time she couldn't find the fruit to cut up in it, and she got those ones that was mixed with the chocolate, and she mixed it in that thing. Man, that was the best bloody salad I've had. They got fruit pieces and chocolate and mayo and broccoli.
But it's a salad, guys. It's a salad.
All right, that's beautiful. Yum. We're coming up to the end of the show. On the show tomorrow night, we're going to surprise you. We will surprise you with some of the topics that we're going to be bringing up. And hopefully Jules will be here by 6:30 so we can carry on.
I'll be on time.
Yay! But look, we're coming up to the end of the show. Thank all our viewers. How many viewers have we
It's been ranging from 6 to 4.
Oh, 60 to 40.
Last
60 to 40. We're just really popular, guys. Thank you.
Last night we were solid double digits. We were ranging between 20 and 12. So Shout out to all of those who
20,000.
Oh,
20,000.
20,000.
Hey, very good magician.
Wow.
The quality wasn't good, and we got those
Yeah,
numbers.
man.
Hey.
Hey, and also like to thank our technician, our DJ Te Kawa, all the way from Putararu. He loves the Putararu talk over there. Hey, he loves the old fish and chips over there. My wife, she always stops in Putararu and buys from the fish and chip shop over there. She said she loves it. She gets the old mixed what they call mixed grill with all the seafood. I love it. And then, of course, we have to stop at Bella Pane for the old pies. Beautiful. I love those. All right. Look, before we sign off, what's happening in the coming week, Jules?
So tomorrow, we'll just go day by day, eh? But tomorrow, Tuesday, is Kiorana Day for all the schools. So if you're listening and you've got your kids getting ready tomorrow and you haven't got their clothes ready, pull out their best shirts or their best dress or best island. Even if you've just got a party or a sarong or something, wrap it around your kids and get them to celebrate with the rest of their schoolmates for the Kiorana Day at the schools. I actually don't know if that memo went out to the schools, so if they get in trouble, don't blame us. It's on the program. Guys, get them to take that program. But that's what's happening tomorrow. And in the evening at 6 o'clock or 5 p.m., I think, Tamariki Te Raukawa will be doing RPE ura for anyone aged 2 years old and up.
Hey, or else you could come to the class that I'm going to. You can just walk in and join us, elders class.
Oh yeah.
Become an elder in our church.
We want to hear from Joe tomorrow night. You head over there. Also in the daytime too, if you're not doing anything, if you're on night shift and you're looking for something to do in the day, head down to St. Luke's PIC at 10 o'clock. Mama doing a tutui tivai or a block printing workshop. And I talked to Mama Oromatu on Sunday. She said that she wants everyone to go home with something. So if you just go down, the mamas have all the material and all the pillowcases and things ready for you to learn, and she wants you to go home and adorn your homes with some of our Kailan treasures. So cool. That's 10 o'clock tomorrow at St. Luke's PIC.
Wow. What are you looking forward to doing this week, Patua?
It's just my joy to come on the radio every night, and see how
give him a pay rise, Joe.
See how our technology is developed and see if our stream is streaming nicely, and that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to. But just while I'm on the mic, shout out to Maki Roa Pitomaki Tipo Koroa.
All the way from Rarotonga. He's tuning in all the way from Raro.
He's staying very active in the chat and keeping entertained. So thank you for tuning with us all night long.
Wow, look at that. We've got overseas listeners.
Look at that. Go Kailan World Domination.
Kailan World Domination. There you go, whānau. Hey, we've had a good night tonight. Karen Rangi, all the way from Hastings, Napier, talking to us about her role in governance on the New Zealand Rugby Union board. Director. Director, chairman, commissioner, everything. Wow. Look, and married to a very handsome man from Uria. Gee, all those men from Uria are so handsome.
Oh, some of them. Not all of them.
Most of them. Hey, look, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I think we'll sign out now and get home to our fish and chips, or is it KFC tonight?
No, it was Loman Burger, apparently. We're going to go potato for chip
tomorrow lunch. All right. Hey, that's our show for tonight. Thank you, Raukawa Vibes, for having us on, and happy Cook Islands Language Week. Life can be challenging, but you don't have to face it alone. At Tika, we're here to walk alongside you and your whānau. Through caring home visits, we provide practical support to help build confidence, strengthen everyday life skills, and empower families to create positive, lasting change. Contact us today on 0800 4 TCOS. That's 0800 488 2677.
Okay, ka pure tātou ki te atua. E tō mātou me tō rangi, I runga I te rangi te, ki aka me taki a koe no te atuātou, tō mātou rota I anga I aka ewe whai tō mātou reo miso. Me taki koutou I te aronga kātou tō te akarongo mai, e aki I a mātou I te aura ki mua, no te taianga o te epitoma o te reo Māori kuki arani. Kia vai tō o aroa, tō au, e tō o tākinga me taki, ki runga o ia mātou kātou toa, no o oki te mana, e te kakā, e wātou uātu. Amen.
I would feel like they are